Hey Clinic, this is a little video here. Little video update of what I've been doing over the winter so far. Starting to get it all back together. Redid the air ride. Redid their brakes. Found this rotor. It's a Harley Davidson bolt pattern, but it's got the Yamaha outside diameter. So I was able to go back to the factory brake stay, which works out a heck of a lot better than the Looney. I wasn't too thrilled with the way the Looney was. My caliper actually was able to lean over a little bit and the pads wore funny. Of course I didn't realize that it was leaned over a little bit till it's too late, and then it didn't matter because the pads were just worn funny. So this will be a lot better for me. I raised the airbag about 2 inches in the swing arm. You guys seen the pictures of what I did. I also got this ball milled transfer case cover on now. They don't make it no more. I got lucky enough to find it on eBay, but it was pretty piss poor chrome condition, so I had to have it re-chromed. Also, to finish it off, I did the Warrior cam cover conversion. So now this whole side is done and looking right. Also, you guys know I did the diamond cutting on the cylinders. Looks pretty good. I really like it. New air filter on the force winder. It's shorter, but it's fatter. I did some measuring. It's actually a couple square inches bigger than the one that come on it, which is a 6-inch long cone. This one's 4-inch, but it's fatter, and then the end of it has the filter too where it breathes. The reason I did that is give me a little bit more room here, and I actually want to bring the hard lower in closer to the frame of the bike if possible. I know some of you guys have done it, and I'm not quite sure why. I was having some issues here. I'm gonna see how close I can get it. You can see it's pretty tight in there. I only got about a finger gap, but I'll see if I can wiggle something around. Nothing really changed on the fairing, except I ended up getting some 4-inch speakers for the for the centers rather than the 3 1/4s that I had. I changed the shift peg to the Arlen Ness deep cut one. I had with the single side Yamaha shifter, I just took the bolt off the back and it slipped right on there, no problem. I just had to get the 5/16 bolt because ours is obviously metric. There's the other side of the motor, nice and wide open for the diamond cutting. Looks boss. Got the ball milled shift rod. Got the alternator cover, chrome alternator cover. Got that from U.S. Air Force retired last summer. And I got the Comet milled insert because I couldn't find the ball milled at the time. I think I paid 20 bucks for it, so I'm not really going to worry about it too much. 13-inch rotor. Let me go to the other side. Don't mind my garage. It looks like a nuclear bomb went off in here. I think I literally have every tool in the garage out. "13-inch rotor. I got the caliper made by OMP. It's made for a 13-inch rotor. Believe it or not, it takes Vespa brake pads. It's a 6-piston, so I had to get 3 pairs. And then you see the bracket that Strike makes that adapts it to fit. New fork covers instead of the plain Jane ones. These ones are fluted. And like I said, I redid the air ride. Still does the same thing it did before, for those of you that have seen it in person or seen my last video of it, but I redid it where it runs on a little bit less pressure, and the front end was a little on the soft side because the diameter of the air cylinders used to be 1.125", and I just didn't have, you know, I couldn't run the type of resistance. The PSI converted over to a pound spring rate wasn't enough, so I machined pistons to slide down inside the fork tubes, and actually the fork tubes themselves are now air cylinders with a 1.5", well, 1.49 inch diameter. This is one of my prototypes that I did. I ended up changing it drastically from the way it looks now, but you get the idea. This part slips over the PVC spacer and helps keep it from rattling around. So let me see if I can put this down and show you guys the air ride setup now. That's all the way up. Rear all the way down. You can kind of see the front kind of going down in steps. The Bimba cylinders that I used to have did the exact same thing when I first put them in, so I don't know if the seals have to bed in or because it's freaking cold out that, you know, everything's tighter so it doesn't want to slide as easy. But with the old Bimbas, I had to lift the front before I could lift the back, otherwise it just couldn't overcome the weight of the bike. But now I can lift the front or lift the back, and here comes the front. I run on a higher pressure. I have the onboard air, so I have the instant up. I just got this hooked up to my air compressor in my garage. That's only at 135 psi. I keep 175 psi on board, so you can kind of notice, like when it was coming up in the front, it was kind of lagging a little bit, and then it finally came up. When I have the higher air pressure, I won't have that problem no more. It just comes right up. I tried it with the air system that the bike provides for it. I just hooked it up to the air compressor, so I can go up and down, up and down, up and down, without the compressor kicking on and making all kinds of racket, so you guys couldn't hear me. But that's where I'm at right now. I still gotta see if I could figure out my front fender. I might end up running the stock fender again next year, because I didn't follow the ancient rule of measure twice, cut once, and I messed up my $100 fender that I've just bought, and I don't feel like buying another $100 fender, especially since I wasn't really thrilled at the way it was going to have to mount. So I'm going to see if I can modify it to where it'll mount up to factory bolt positions, just like the factory fender. The Harley ones, if you line it up, the edges of the legs pretty much go right through the centers of the bolts. So I got to see if I can put some new legs coming down the sides and make it about an inch wider, and maybe an 1.125 inches wider. Somewhere's in there, so I could just drill 2 holes and go right through, and I'll be a happy camper then. Also, I got the, hold on,